Haven't gone on a walk for a while here. So we're going to try it. I think the wind's going to pick up a little bit though. And we're, what is the day? 17th of December. It's going to get close to 60 today. Maybe 60 tomorrow. Beautiful day. About 1:30. Just see what's going on down here. Oh, kitty. Hey, how you doing? Huh? How you doing? Okay, come on. Come on. Let's go back. Take her back up here so she doesn't bother me. Man, I don't know what the deal is, but when I get to the end of my drive, it smells like diesel fuels from somewhere. Or maybe it's chemical in the field or something, I don't know. I stuck on the RF 15 to 30 lens today. Haven't used it for a while. Gives a little wider angle of view. Just a little heavier. That's why I haven't used it, but we'll give it a shot today. Stuck on a filter and I thought it was a polarizer filter. So first thing I did when I got outside is tried to turn the thing. It's a little bit hard to do with the lens hood on there. So I get a nice sky color out of it. Well, I couldn't turn it. It was locked. I said, oh, what's going on? Well, it turns out this filter is just a neutral density. There is no adjustment to it. Yeah, it's finally nice enough today to walk. Yesterday wasn't too bad, but today's nicer. Although I can tell the wind's picking up. Shooting right into the sun here. Maybe I should, yeah, let's try this. That's a little bit better. Also, I'm shooting 4K 60. Trying a new video editor out called DaVinci Resolve. It's a free editor. You can get a studio version for about $300. Unlocks some features, but the free one seems to do everything I want it to do. Way more complicated than what I'm used to. So I'm still experimenting with it. And my old video editor, which is Corel Video Studio. I've ran versions of it for like 20 some years. Started out as a more professional grade product to compete with Adobe Premiere. But then they dropped the professional and just came out with a consumer version. And they've upgraded it every few years to where it does quite a bit of what the old professional did. But I'm having some problems with it. 3 years old, and they're not going to upgrade it anymore. So I'm looking for something different. Kind of a lone corn stalk here in the ditch. was doing some micro shots in one of my videos here, and you can see where the corn leaf, where a piece came through the leaf. It's kind of interesting. Probably happens quite a bit. Yeah, I watched a tutorial on that DaVinci Resolve, and just the very first tutorial, and it sounded like it was by maybe someone in the UK or Australia. And first part of the video is how to organize all your clips into all these bins, which didn't really, I think, apply to me, since I'm doing a lot less complicated type stuff. But they put together this little trailer for a film that came out. Turns out the film came out probably 10 years ago, called something about airplanes. It was about taking, I think, photographs of airplanes or video or something. Harrison Ford was the narrator on the film. It's a National Geographic special. But it's just kind of interesting how he put that together. But it was boring. If you think my videos are boring, that definitely was. I actually took a nap halfway through it. There's a few pointers I picked up though. And I joined a Facebook group called DaVinci Resolve Beginners Group. I thought it'd be pretty good. I don't know if it's just me or what. Diane said I take things too personal. But some guy, well, I'd put a little tip on there to know how to check what your timeline frame rate is. Because what happens, you put a video in there, if you don't have that timeline set to the correct frame rate, say it's different in the video, and then you insert your video onto the timeline, and then in this case I just inserted some voiceover that I'd created with Diane's voice, and it would play back way too fast, and the audio was staticky. It wasn't smooth at all. Well, I found out I had the timeline set at a different frame rate than what I was playing it back to, so I just had to change some preferences there. But, well, how do you correct that? You'd think it'd be just a button push, but no. You've got to create a new timeline, which isn't that hard, but then you've got to copy and paste all your clips and audio back into the new timeline. I was able to do it. Now I thought, well, how do you actually check what the setting is? So I gave a couple tips on there, and I got some pushback for that. The moderator of the forum said, "Haven't you read the rules? You're not supposed to do that." Not supposed to give tips. Well, I thought that's what this was about, but anyway, I'm learning slowly. In my old editor, it just didn't matter what your timeline frame rate was. What mattered was what you're going to render the final output to. In this one, I actually made a mistake on my last video. I had the timeline frame rate correct, but I didn't have the right resolution. And when I went to render it, I thought I was working with a HD timeline. And when I put it on YouTube, I found out it had outputted in YouTube. You could pull up a 4K file of it. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect it to be 4K. So I looked at the properties, and sure enough, I had made a mistake. Had the time frame right, which is so many frames per second. I had it set at 29.97, but the resolution on the timeline was for Ultra HD, which is 4K. And so what happened, but in the playback, in the preference, had it set for HD. So what it did is take that 4K video I had on there, knocked it down to HD, and then when I outputted it to the file, it kicked it back up to 4K. And then that's what I downloaded to YouTube. Hence it was 4K. So I lost a little quality, but it looks pretty good, really, even at that. But makes me make sure I pay more attention to time rates and resolution on the timeline. When I first installed this software, it was a 5-year-old version here about a month ago. They said that's what I had to run on my old 10-year-old computer. Well, it was doggy, it would stutter, and so I had to create what they call optimized files, which are smaller files that play back better. And then when you're done with editing, it bypasses the created files and goes with the original for better quality. Fine and dandy, but it can take an hour and a half to create those files. But I installed the newest version after updating my computer, and the updated version of this works so much better than the older version. I can play back 4K files smoothly without creating optimized files. I had upgraded my RAM from 8 gig to 16. That cost me $25. Oops, I thought someone was coming up behind me. And that's the max I can go on my computer. And then I went from a 3 or 4 steps faster CPU. That cost me $50. And then I ordered a graphics card that would work in my older machine. I was limited by my power supply. I didn't have a separate power supply for the graphics card, and this one was current, and it maxes it out. It's about $180 some, and that did the most for the system, because this new software makes more use of the graphics card than the old software from 5 years ago. Makes rendering a lot faster, and when I preview it in the computer, it can play it back seamlessly then. You know, here I am rambling. I was going to do a video about one of my cars, but talking about my computer instead, which is okay. We'll see if I can maintain lip sync here, which I've had a little bit of a problem with. Well, the mud puddle here is not drying up. It looks like we've got a pond in the middle of the road. One of them Amazon bags right in the middle there. I wonder if I had trouble holding my hat. Wind's picking up here. Yeah, didn't bring my glasses, so I'll look down here. Yeah, pick up some pictures at the art gallery tomorrow night into the contest. It's hip to be square at the Newton Art Gallery. I had enrolled or entered 3 black and white pictures from 30 years ago into it, but I don't think they're gonna see who wins the popularity contest there, but I know it's not going to be me, so I don't know. They're having a reception tomorrow night. I probably won't get this video done before then, but it was a good learning experience. Got the frames made in a hasty manner from a local framer there south of Newton in the Chisholm Trail shopping center there. Did an excellent work. Either I'll donate them to the Chase County Historical Society or hang them up in the house. I haven't decided yet. I think I like the way the new DaVinci Resolve works the audio. At first I didn't think I could make keyframes on it very easily to increase and decrease the volume at certain levels. I've gotten used to it, and it has one nice feature. When you increase and decrease the volume of a clip in the middle of it, instead of hinging the volume where it's the same at the end of the clip, but where you change it, it kind of varies. It varies the whole clip. So it's nicer to vary the volume. Cattle are the most curious animal. Yeah, let's see what my sinkhole is doing here. See if it's got any deeper. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of caved in on the sides, it looks like. Oh well. Yeah, Kitty stayed home. You want something to eat? Yeah? Should we get you some? Okay.